Frequently asked questions about resignations and vacancies in the California state legislature. Where are laws found regarding resignations and vacancies? They are in Government Code Title I, Division 4, Chapter 4, which specifically deals with resignations and vacancies. What is the requirement for resignations? They all must be in writing. Where is a gubernatorial resignation sent? A resignation by the governor or the lieutenant governor is made to the legislature if it is in session. If the legislature is not in session, then such a resignation is made to the Secretary of State. Where is a resignation by an officer commissioned by the governor made? To the governor. Where are resignations by members of the Senate or Assembly made? These resignations are made to the presiding officers of their respective House, the Assembly Speaker or the Senate President Pro Tem. And they in turn are required to immediately transmit the resignation to the governor. Where are resignations by officers of a county or special district not commissioned by the governor made? They are given to the clerk of the Board of Supervisors of their respective counties. Where are resignations by officers of a superior court made? They're made to the presiding judge of the superior court. Where are resignations by officers of a municipal corporation made? To the clerk of the legislative body of their corporation. What happens when a resignation occurs with a member of the legislature? The governor is then required to immediately call a special election to fill the vacant assembly or Senate seat. What happens when a resignation occurs with a legislative appointee? The Assembly Speaker or the Senate Committee on Rules Chair must immediately inform the governor in writing whenever a resignation has been made to them from any board or commission having members appointed by the Speaker or the Senate Committee on Rules. What happens when a vacancy occurs in a general law city? Then, when a vacancy occurs in the elected mayor position, the city council may fill that vacancy by appointing a member of the council to the office of mayor. Does state law define when an office becomes vacant? Yes. In fact, Government Code Section 1770 provides that an office becomes vacant when any of the following occur before the expiration of a term, including death of the incumbent, his or her resignation, removal from office, ceasing to be an inhabitant of the state, absence from the state without the permission required by law, ceasing to discharge the duties of his or her office, conviction of a felony involving a violation of official duties, refusal or neglect to file the required oath, decision of a tribunal declaring void their election or appointment, commitment to a hospital or sanitarium, and other provisions. What happens when there's a vacancy in the U.S. House? When a vacancy occurs in the office of representative to Congress or in either house of the legislature, the governor must, within 14 calendar days after the occurrence of the vacancy, issue a writ of election to fill the vacancy in a special election. What happens when there's a vacancy in a state constitutional office? Whenever there's a vacancy in the office of Superintendent of Public Instruction, Lieutenant Governor, Secretary of State, Controller, Treasurer, or Attorney General, or one of the four members of the State Board of Equalization, the governor is required to nominate a person to fill that vacancy. How does an appointee to a state constitutional office take that office? Upon confirmation by a majority of the membership of the Senate and a majority of the membership of the Assembly, and then they hold office for the balance of the unexpired term, or if they are not rejected by either house of the legislature. What happens if the nominee is neither confirmed nor refused confirmation by both houses? If it does not occur within 90 days of the submission of the nomination, then the nominee takes office as if he or she had been confirmed by a majority of both the Senate and Assembly. Who holds a state constitutional office before the governor's nominee takes office? After a vacancy has occurred in a constitutional office and prior to the time that the vacancy is filled, the chief deputy to that constitutional officer discharges the duties of that particular office.